After that Man City Fulham game, I said that was the game of the season, right? Because it was drama, goals, everything you want from a football game. But this Aston Villa Arsenal game genuinely might have topped that. And it's not 9 goals. But the way this game transpired was incredible. This was a brilliant game of football. First of all, the first 10 minutes of this game, when it was just Emi Martinez putting his foot on the ball, Pau Torres putting his foot on the ball, and the other side, Raya, Odegaard, just everybody just kind of putting their foot on the ball, it was like a chess match, trying to figure out who's going to do what, who's going to stick or twist, how are we going to figure out how to play this game, basically. That first 10 minutes was like boxers jabbing at each other, trying to figure out, okay, is this his weak point? I'm thinking to myself, no, this can't be what this game is. The last couple of seasons has shown us that this game this fixture has been very entertaining. So I'm expecting, give me more of the same. I'm expecting an exciting game, an entertaining game, and then they slowly pick it up. And first of all, let's talk about the lineups. The lineups, when I saw Onana, Kamara, and Tielemans in the midfield, I immediately thought to myself, okay, this is Aston Villa's attempt to stifle Arsenal's creativity in the midfield. Their strength in the midfield with Rice, Odegaard, and Zubimendi. But what Aston Villa showed was not only do they have players that are strong in midfield, physically strong in the tackle, but players that can actually play with the ball. Right, that's the perfect mix of a midfielder in the Premier League. A guy that can tackle, that can win you back the ball, but can also play in tight spaces, play quick 1-2 passes, intricate passes, things like that. You see that so much from especially Kamara in that kind of 6-8 pushing forward position. So I'm expecting a kind of a midfield battle, and for the most part, it kind of transpired in that fashion. Right. What I will say though, from Arsenal's perspective, the fact that you had Eze on the left wing, and the fact that you had Merino up top. Merino's been playing well up top. He's been playing very well up top, actually. But in a game like this, it seemed like he wasn't really effective. It seemed like he wasn't really doing anything. He wasn't really getting in certain positions to work Konza, to work Pau Torres. It wasn't really working for Merino. And we see Eze and Merino get something for halftime. Eze on that left wing is wasted for me. It's not a natural position. He's not used to it. He doesn't play it as well as a Trossard does, or even a Martinelli does, right? He wants to be in the middle. And I can't even say he should be in the middle because Odegaard actually played a very, very good game today. Odegaard and Saka on that right wing, that's what Arsenal fans have probably been missing. That connection between the two of them, that the intricacy and the understanding of when to play Saka in, of when to cut the ball back to Odegaard. They just understand each other so well, right? But the way Aston Villa played in that first half, when the ball went up to Watkins, and this has always been my issue with Watkins, right? In the games where he's on it, and he's holding up play, he's running the defenders ragged, he's going one-on-one, finding his finish. He's one of the best strikers in the league. But then there's games where he struggles to get that first touchdown. He struggles to get away from the defender, hold the ball up, let Rodgers run past him, let McGinn run past. He struggles with that sometimes, right? And especially in this season where he's been kind of off form, we haven't seen as much of that Ollie Watkins that runs the channels and will hold up defenders and does everything you want from a traditional number 9, right? We haven't seen that as much from Ollie Watkins this season, but he still had chances, right? The first half, the chance he had where this is actually brilliant. This is a vintage Ollie Watkins where he gets the ball. I think he takes on Hincapie, or is it Hincapie? And then brushes off Timber. Timber falls on the ground. You rarely ever see Urine Timber on the ground. But Watkins is such a strong physical player. And then he opens up his body and he just telegraphs where the chance is going to go. He telegraphs it and it's an easy save for Raya. But then on the other side, Arsenal had chances as well. Saka had a chance. Rice drove with the ball a few times. But it wasn't really anything. There weren't really any clear-cut chances. I think in the first half, let me check. It says 3 big chances in the game, but I think it was just the goals. The goal for Cash, which, by the way, was an incredible goal because Matty Cash this season has been a goal scoring fullback, wing back, whatever you want to call him. He's been a goal scorer, right? Aston Villa will play this kind of unique style, not unique, but where they'll bring McGinn in. They play on the wing, but they'll bring him in a little bit, combining with Rogers, combining with Tielemans, and then you can have Matty Cash bomb on the right side, right? Because you have Kamara and Onana in the midfield, they can protect your fullbacks and let them run forward. They can let them bomb forward, and then you bring your wingers, McGinn, Rogers, into more of a central area, and then the Watkins can also run the width of the 18-yard box, right? So it's a very intricate, very beautifully worked, moving system, and we saw last season it gave top teams trouble. It gave PSG trouble in the Champions League. So the ball gets played, and I think it's a deflection or failed clearance falls perfectly to Matty Cash, and it's a brilliant finish to keep it down. And you might say, oh, Eze, he's ball watching, but Ollie Watkins' little run, if you watch the goal back, Ollie Watkins' little run up to just kind of, I think he just moves Nkapie or Timber, whoever it is, he just moves them to keep Cash onside at the back post. Otherwise, I think he probably would have been offside, right? So it's fine margins in a game like this. And I think both of these managers understood that, hey, we can't really go gung-ho. We have to basically protect ourselves, but also giving ourselves a little bit of attacking impetus, right? A little bit of oomph going forward. But Marino and Eze weren't giving Arsenal that at all in the first half. It was really just Odegaard and Saka doing what they usually do, cooking up what they usually cook up, and they were finding solutions to the problems that Aston Villa was giving them. But Aston Villa's midfield in that first half was exceptional, sensational. But then the second half starts, and we see Eze go off, Trossard comes on, Marino comes off, Gyökeres comes on, and Gyökeres did even less than Marino. Wow. I mean, Arsenal fans, what are your thoughts on this Gyökeres guy? Because he looks awful. Like, I know he's not an awful player, but he looks really, really, really bad right now. But immediately in the first 10 minutes of the second half, Arsenal were just pressuring Villa. They were all over Villa. They were creating chances, popping shots. They had Villa penned in to their own half. And the fact that Watkins wasn't really holding up the ball, wasn't doing what you needed him to do in terms of relieving pressure from your defense, it was making it even easier for Arsenal. And then when Villa kind of pushed up a little bit, maybe on a little attack, or just push up the pitch, the ball falls to Saka, finds Odegaard, and this is what I say with the combination between these two. They always figure out a way to time the pass and the run. It always works with these guys, right? Odegaard, perfectly timed pass to Saka. And I think Martinez is a little bit unlucky, right? He's a little bit unlucky because he saves what would have been a tap-in from Gyökeres, and it falls right to Trossard, who always scores big goals, always scores meaningful goals, important goals for Arsenal. Arsenal fans, it's probably their favorite forward right now outside of Saka, because the importance of his goals can never be understated. He always scores vital, key goals, and he equalizes for Arsenal. I'm thinking to myself, man, the momentum with Arsenal, the fact that they're taking so many shots on target, maybe Villa might kind of crumble in this crumble in this period, right? And it's such a struggle, but eventually Villa kind of get back into it, right? And they start making some changes. They take off Watkins, they take off Onana, they bring on your Sancho, Bogard, who I think played a very, very good game today. They bring on these guys and they kind of re-energize the Aston Villa team. But the player of the match, the man of the match today, it's between two. It's between Tielemans and Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers, I can't speak highly enough about this guy. The way this guy is kind of even improved. At the beginning of the season, I was so hard on him and Watkins. I thought, man, Morgan Rogers, is this the guy that they're saying maybe should start at the World Cup? What is this? What are these performances? And he's turned it up in the last month or so. The same driving power. Very few players can make Timber, and just the Arsenal backline in general, can make Timber and the like look average. body them, make them fall over, dribble past them, skip past them, and not only just his dribbling and power, but the quickness of thought with this guy. He always has the pass in his mind already. And there's no pass, he's dribbling past you. He's one of the most difficult players to defend against. And as a midfielder, it would be so frustrating to go up against a guy like Morgan Rogers because you can't tackle him because he's too quick, powerful, and too skillful. And then if you want to intercept the passer, he's thinking ahead of the play. It's a great combination, and you see how he creates so much for this Villa team just by his movement, by his combinations with Tielemans and McGinn and Watkins. He's just such a brilliant player, right? And after the goal, Aston Villa started to get slowly back into the game. Both teams has a couple chances here. Rice shot here. Watkins, again, another decent opportunity on his left foot. I think Kamara had a great opportunity where he pips the ball, and I think he should pass the ball to Watkins, but he goes for it, tries to open up his body and bend it. I think that was a poor technique or poor decision from him. He should have used his left foot. Basically, kind of a end-to-end, chance after chance for both teams until the 80th minute, where it was just Aston Villa pressurizing Arsenal. Aston Villa just taking the game to Arsenal, and I was a little bit shocked. I think at the beginning of the game, both managers would have played for a draw because the way they lined up, it seemed like we're okay with a draw. If you can win the game, great, but we're gonna respect, as Arsenal obviously knowing Villa in the last 2 seasons have beat us twice, 1 draw and then one win for Arsenal. So it's not really like a gimme ground. Villa Park is not a gimme ground for anybody, especially not Arsenal in the last couple seasons. So I think they're just playing, but it's like Aston Villa were like, hold on, we can win this game. This is not the same. This is not Gabriel Saliba. This is not the same Arsenal back line that we're used to facing. Let's go and push for the win. And you see where you should expect energy levels of a Rodgers, of a Tielemans, who just seems to always just make the right decision, always be in the right position, always have the energy, the tackle, everything. You would think they would tire out, and they just kept going. They kept pushing. They kept fighting. And eventually, who plays the final ball? Rodgers cross. I think Sancho heads it back to Tielemans. Good save from Raya. Falls to Buendia, tries to strike it, falls over, tries to play a ball to, I think, Bogard. Bogard strikes it. Bogard wins it back, plays it to Buendia. Buendia wins the game with the last kick of the game. An incredible game of football, an incredible performance from both teams. In terms of, Arsenal weren't spectacular, they weren't great, but Arsenal actually, they produced quality football in this game. They produced quality chances in this game. It was just a game. It's just one of those games where you're probably going to get 1 to 3 goals. It's just a matter of which moments of quality falls to which team, right? There I think it was like 11 saves in this game. Maybe like 14 shots on target in this game. So it wasn't like neither team were going for it. It was just a matter of goalkeepers making good saves. The chances weren't, too clear cut. But then the moments of quality that really, really mattered fell to Aston Villa. And at the end of the day, you might say a draw would have been fair, but I think a win could have been fair as well for either team. I think either team did enough, created enough to win the game. But at the end of the day, Aston Villa are walking away with the 3 points. And now, 3 points off the top of the table from Arsenal. Yes, the goal difference is huge, but Aston Villa are in this title race. Aston Villa are in the title race. Until they're not, they're in the title race for now. And that's something that we did not expect. We expected Liverpool, Arsenal, City, maybe Chelsea. Aston Villa have come out of nowhere and said, you know what? Why not us? Why can't we push for this title? They might fall off to the end of the season, but as of today, December 6th, Aston Villa are in it. And they're looking stronger and stronger as the season progresses. This is going to be a difficult period with Champions League, with Premier League, with Cup play. Let's see if they can make it through the middle of January, still in this position. But as of now, why not? And not even just that, but the depth that they showed in this game. You bring up Watkins, you bring up Malin. You take off McGinn, Sancho is there. You take off Onana or Kamara, Bogard is there. Guys are contributing at a high level in this Villa squad. So For Arsenal, it's a very disappointing result, especially the way it ended. If they had been outplayed and they were losing 2-0 and they got to go back and, okay, you can live with it, but losing at the last minute, it can be such a psychological blow to a team pushing for the title, right? You're expecting that, oh, if we just get this draw, because Arsenal have played a lot of away difficult games. If we just get this draw, perfect. We can get this draw and we just go back home, and we'll still be in a decent position. Nobody has gained, a huge leap on us in the last month. Perfect. But now you've kind of inspired Chelsea, who will play, City, who will play, Liverpool, who will play, and also obviously Aston Villa are there. So now it's going to be a very trying time for Arsenal. I think playing Wolves next is the perfect game to respond to such a result. But what a game of football! Like it's one of those games when you live in the US and you have to wake up at 4:30, 6:30, 7:30 and watch these games. You want a game like this to wake up to, and that's exactly what we got. Brilliant from Villa, brilliant from Tielemans, brilliant from Morgan Rogers, obviously brilliant from Emi Buendia. Congratulations to Aston Villa, great result. And now we see what the rest of this month brings for us. But guys, we have a long day of football to watch. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very, very soon. Peace out.